Hey everyone, today we're jumping into a piece of software called iCash. It's designed to solve a problem that, let's be honest, pretty much all of us have, figuring out where our money actually goes.
I mean, it's a question we've all asked, right? You're staring at your bank statement, kind of scratching your head, just thinking, where did it all go? Well, getting an answer to that question is the absolute first step toward getting your finances organized for real.
And yeah, that really is the core challenge. It just boils down to a simple, but super crucial, organization problem. If you want to gain control, you have to truly understand the flow of your money, what's coming in, and, just as importantly, what's going out.
So the whole idea behind a tool like iCash is pretty simple. It all starts with keeping records. Think about it. Without a clear record, you're basically just guessing about your financial health. But once you have good records, well, that's when you can start making some smart, informed decisions.
Okay, so how does iCash actually try to solve this? Its entire approach is built around one key idea: simplicity. This is a tool designed from the ground up for people like us, the non-accountants of the world.
What's really interesting here is a big design choice the creators made. They intentionally decided to skip something called double-entry bookkeeping. Now, if you're an accountant, you know this is a super powerful standard method, but for the rest of us, it can be so confusing. By ditching it, the whole goal is to make managing your money way less intimidating and a lot more straightforward. And this really shows you the two different worlds, right? On one side, you've got traditional accounting with all its complex, rigid rules that often require a professional. On the other side, you have the iCash method, which is all about being simple and flexible enough for your personal budget, maybe a local club, or even a small side hustle without needing a finance degree to figure it out.
So how does all this talk about simplicity actually work in practice? Well, the whole system really breaks down into 3 easy steps. First, you track, then you analyze, and finally, you plan. That's the whole process.
The basic workflow is meant to feel natural, kind of like how we already think about money. You set up accounts for, well, everything. Not just your bank account, but also things like your salary as an income source or groceries as an expense category. Then, you just log transactions as money moving from one account to another. Simple as that.
All right, let's dig into the tracking part itself. iCash is set up to handle a whole bunch of stuff. For example, you can import your statements right from your bank, which is a lifesaver, saves you from typing everything in by hand. It's also got a scheduler, which is perfect for those reoccurring things like rent or your streaming services. Oh, and if you happen to deal with different currencies, it can handle that too.
Okay, so once you've got all your money tracked, you get to the cool part, analyzing it. This is where the software starts to visualize everything for you. A chart like this can take a super long, boring list of transactions and turn it into something you can understand in like 2 seconds. You can see right away, boom, housing is the biggest slice of the pie, then groceries. It's all about turning raw numbers into actual insight.
And it's not just pretty charts. You can also generate some really detailed reports, like a classic profit and loss statement. This thing lays it all out for you. Total income versus total expenses over a certain time. It's fantastic for seeing how you're doing month to month. Are you in the green or in the red? A report like this gives you the answer, straight up.
And that brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, planning. Because once you know where your money has been, you can start telling it where to go. Using all that data you've tracked, you can create budgets for different categories. And this is the part that's a real game changer. It moves you from just looking at the past to actually taking control of your financial future.
But look, that's all what the software says it does. How does it actually stack up in the real world? Let's check out some feedback from people who are actually using it.
Here's one from a user, Jay Clarkson, who says, "I am not an accountant, and if you're like me, you'll probably appreciate the ease of use." And that just nails it, doesn't it? It goes right back to that main idea. It's for people who want to get a handle on their finances without having to become experts themselves.
And here's another one from a user named Linda. She says, "I feel most products are more based on displaying the balance of your bank account, whereas iCash tries to show the bigger picture. This one really highlights a key difference. It's not just about showing you what's in your bank account right now. It's trying to give you that bigger picture so you understand the whole system."
So when you pull all of this together, what's the ultimate goal? It's really just one thing: financial clarity. The whole point is to take all that financial data, which for a lot of us is a source of stress and confusion, and turn it into a tool that gives you real understanding and, most importantly, control.
Now, let's talk practicals for a second. The price listed in the source material is $64.95. And what's really interesting is that it's a one-time purchase,
no monthly fees, no subscriptions, which definitely makes it stand out from a lot of the software out there today.
And all of this really leads to a final question, something for you to think about. If you had that perfectly clear, complete picture of your finances, what would you do with it? What big goals would you start chasing? What decisions might you make differently tomorrow? Because ultimately, that's what this is all about.